Is your teenager sitting their GCSE English this year or even next year? And do you need just really simple tips on how they can revise quickly and effectively? So here are my top 3 ways on how your teenager can revise for GCSE English. Hi parents, welcome to my channel. This is Natalie Chama from Chama Tuition. I hope you guys are all well today, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you'll be the first ones to know when I have my next video. So parents, is your teenager just really running around and being really stressed out at the moment because they are sitting their GCSE English this year? Well, I can help you with that. I've got some quick tips on how they can revise quickly and effectively. Number 1, flashcards. Flashcards are really good if you want your teenager to retain certain information and just remember certain information from particular topics in GCSE English. You can use this across the board for other subjects too, and they can put little details. You can do the flashcards in so many different ways. You can put the terms that they need to learn, whether it's poetic devices that they need to learn for certain poems that they're looking at, or whether it's for a Christmas carol, in the different staves, the quotes. And you can actually put either, if they're looking at a quote, you could put on one side the quote and on the other side more information about the quote, which themes connect to that quote, etc. So you can do these things for English and it's really effective. You could test your child with that, or they can use that with their friends. Number 2, practicing their answers in past exam papers. Now, it's always good to just use the exam papers that they already have got online, and that is mirroring what they're going to be doing in the exam. Even though it's a different question, of course, but it is the same formula or formulaic question that they're going to have. So I would suggest just actually printing out the past exam papers. So if you're not too sure how to find them, you find which exam board, or find out which exam board your teenager is sitting. So are they sitting AQA? Are they sitting for the Edexcel? So they all have different exam boards depending on which school they are in. And then when you find that out, you can go directly to that website and go to, for example, AQA. If they're doing AQA exam board, you could go directly to AQA and go to the English section, and then you can click on there and you can get some past test papers. Now they have test papers and they have the mark scheme. If you're not comfortable with actually getting the mark scheme and getting them, or getting yourself to mark it, get a teacher to do it for you. We are always asked as teachers to mark, if do some extra marking. Teachers don't mind doing extra marking, even though they get a lot already. But if it's for a good purpose, if it's to better your child in their exam, then they will mark it. I've had that in the past as well, where, you know, my students would say, oh, would you be able to mark this? Not my tutoring students, but outside, my classroom students would say, would you be able to mark this? I've done some extra work. And actually that shows a great sense of initiative. They're taking control of their exam practice, and that is actually very admirable, and the teachers would be really impressed. So they will definitely be able to mark it for you. And number 3, study groups. If your teenager needs to be bouncing off other people, get them to have a study. Your teenager might already have a study group, or they have interventions in their school with, if they need help with science, or if they need help with maths or English. They usually have extra classes that teenagers can join as well. So speak to your child's school as well, just on that, to see if they can join those extra classes for revision. But if they do not have that, just set it up yourself. You know, just speak to some parents and say, look, why don't they set up a little study group in the library and stuff, and see, obviously the teenagers have to be on board and they have to commit to it. So see if you'd be able to set that up. But I'm sure if it's for the good of their exam, and depending on your teenager, because some teenagers prefer to study on their own. So just looking at your teenager's learning style to see if they would like to do that. So thank you, parents, and I hope those tips were very helpful for you. At this time, I've got a free writing checklist. It will help your teenager with their writing practice if you want your teenager to get an A for GCSE English. So make sure you click down below as well at one of the links that will take you directly to that resource. Thank you guys, and remember, reach your full potential with confidence, take care, and just have a fantastic week. Bye!